What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today we're going to be taking a look at a little game called Rise of Industry. If you like games like Factorio and Anno and other games that are about supply and logistics and moving things around, this might be a title that you want to keep an eye on. So if after you watch this video you wanted to get the game for yourself, I've got a link for you down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Rise of Industry. We'll go with the custom game option. We've got world. Let's go ahead and we'll go medium right here. That sounds good. Just a little bit of schmedium in there. A little bit of extra schmedium. Our seed will be booty. There we go. And then we've got resource amounts. We've got medium over here. Okay, that sounds pretty good to me. City generation frequency is medium. Mountains, none. Let's go for maybe some low mountains. That sounds pretty good. Maybe put a little bit of difficulty in here. And let's go ahead and generate our world. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is my first impression, so we're going to play this thing as it goes. I think that's going to speak to basically the accessibility of the UI and things of that nature. I find with first impressions, it's important with games like this that you actually put in your first impressions so that you can figure out what's going on and how complicated the game will be for new people to pick up. And so anyways, we've got ourselves a tutorial right here. I'm going to work my way through that in this episode, although I'm going to do a heavy amount of editing on this one. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that it wants us to do is take a look at one of these little cities around so that we can figure out what they've got going on. Inside of this town, they've got a wholesaler. The wholesaler here looks like they are selling water. Okay, they're a water wholesaler, I guess. Over here on this side, we've also got canned fish, we've got apples, we've got milk, and we've got meat. And so that appears to be, those are requested goods. And so if you want to maximize your products, and you want to maximize, I guess, your profits as well, you kind of want to look at these little cities, and you want to figure out what it is that they produce. And so we've got a little bit of run over right here, just in the form of meat. And so if we put a meat farm in somewhere over here, or maybe over here, it might be a reasonably decent plan to supply to both of those. And then as their needs change as time goes along, we'll try to figure out exactly what it is that they want. And so they also have water over here. Okay, sounds good to me. So I'm thinking we're going to make some kind of meat factory. Sounds pretty good to me. So taking a quick look around, it appears as though we've got $25 million to begin our enterprise. That's not bad at all. Another thing we might consider doing is, since we're in this area and we need to clear cut it anyways, it might be a smart idea. Let's go ahead and we'll do an urban road that runs out this way. How about that? That's going to cost us a decent amount of money. But I like laying things down like that, and frankly, I enjoy little SimCity games where you get to build stuff. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to do a livestock farm right over here where it's nice and clear. And so there is our livestock farm. We can press R to rotate if we really want to. So we've got our livestock farm, $125,000 right there. It's got chicken. Apparently seems to be the thing that it's producing. I would actually say, so it looks like we produce, let's go and we're going to set this to a cow field. Nobody had a need for any kind of eggs or anything like that. And so it appears to me as though what we would want to do is we want to set up this cattle farm, and it looks like in order to have the cattle function properly, we need wheat and we need a water siphon. So there's going to be a couple more things that we have to bring in here. So let's put in a little crop farm right here. We'll put the crop farm on the other side, actually. There we go. So the crop farm can go in like, we'll make it slightly stilted. So we have the crop farm right there. Crop farm is all good to go. That's going to be a little bit more cash that we just spent. My next suggestion would be that we move this over to wheat. We definitely want this to be a wheat field so that we can feed our cows. It's already a wheat field, so that's great. And the final thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a water siphon in order to make this thing work. And so this is a coastline building used to collect water. Okay. Probably would have been smarter to do this next to a water supply then, because my guess is that I'm not going to be able to drop this unless we got some water nearby. What about that right there? Will that work? Good. So the water siphon's going to siphon off of that little bit of water right there. Actually, in fact, I think it'd be a smarter idea. Can you put it on the ocean? You can't put it on the ocean. Okay. I just want to make sure that the body of water that we're using is large enough to make this not a horrifying prospect, because the truth of the matter is, let's say that we use this tiny little lake right here. How much does this building cost? This building is going to cost us $150,000. It's actually not that terrible in the greater scheme of things, so we'll just put it on the little lake right here. I thought it was 1.5 million. If it was 1.5 million, that represents a pretty considerable chunk of our gross money right now, like our complete bank account. And so if we're going to siphon off water, Let's see here. We can't place here. Must be in non-blank coast tiles. Okay. And then what did it put in my hand? What is that right there? I don't know what that is. Why did it put that in my hand? This appears to be some kind of water pump. I actually figured it out. I just stare at the UI for a second. So if you're looking on how I got this, this thing actively doesn't have the ability to pump water by itself, I don't think. And so you need this little harvester right here. Took me a second of looking at it, but I saw it actually pretty quickly by comparison to how fast I normally pick things up. We'll put in, oh, I don't know, 2 of them? I mean, they're $100,000, so we probably want to go nice and easy on spending loads of money on it. We'll put in a road over here. We'll have this go out. There's what we'll do right there, is we'll kind of have that go out right there. It's going to be a little bit jank, but it's not going to be the worst thing we've ever seen. And so there we go. It looks like we have to paint over roads if we want them to do what we want them to do. And so I'll go like that right there. Perfect. It doesn't look amazing, but hey, it's not the worst thing that I've ever done either. This should be actively ready to go. So it's producing, it can have 5 harvesters. It's producing water right now. I don't know if the water table is actually going to go down over time, but let's choose a destination. So we want this to go to our crop farm. So there it is. Destination unreachable or nothing to deliver. That would more than likely be, yeah, nothing to deliver for right now. And that's because I haven't turned the game on. We're actually sitting on pause at the moment. Our second destination is going to be our livestock farm. So there it is. Unreachable or nothing to deliver. Do I have to kick this on at all? My assumption is that I probably have to kick this on somehow. We'll go 1 right there. It says we can have 5, so we might as well max out here. We might as well do the best we can with what we have going on. And so we'll drop that over to there. And that looks like we got a road all ready to go. 5 harvesters. What's wrong with you guys? You aren't assigned? Is that what you're upset about? We have 3 trucks available. No, we should actually have... Okay, so we have 3 available. So these buildings down here are not going to function. Actually, what I really like about this game is that I'm making mistakes, but that's okay. That's part of the first impressions video, is kind of going into this a little bit blind and trying to sort things out. Like I said at the initial portion of the video, I like going in blind, because this shows you what an average player can expect. If I'm having to, like, refer to a Wikipedia article or something to play the game, or a wiki article every 8 seconds, then I'm going to let you know that in the gameplay impressions, because I feel like video games, even if they're complicated games, should show you how to play the game in a reasonable way. What we've got going on right now is that these apparently need a building called a field before they will function. So let's go back into here. We've got an orchard right there. It's a greenhouse. That's a homestead. Let's find these field things that we're supposed to have. There it is. And so we got to add a field here. So there's a cow field right there. And let's say that. Is this going to increase the amount of... I bet it will. My guess is that this is going to increase the amount of just ridiculous shit that's going to happen. So there's our cows right there. Our wonderful little cows. They've got their little haystack. These are not the cows that you see down along the 5 where they sit in a big dirt and shit field. This big miserable and stinking up the ozone layer. Instead, these cows are ready to go. These cows are getting that open free range life. Let's make some fields back up in here. How about that? So there's 2 wheat fields right there. And what I'm going to do... Oh, they designed it so that that perfectly works. You have no idea how happy that makes me as a player. I hate it when fields in games are like oblong and they don't perfectly surround an area. You can thank Anno for that. I love in the Anno games how all of your buildings are perfectly modular and they all fit inside of each other and they all work really well. It makes me incredibly happy. This one might be a little suspect just because I placed the first one weird. Like if I had put it right there, it probably would have gone a little bit better. So this has to be built on non-blocked tiles. Is that blocked right there? Why would that be blocked? Oh, but I can put it across the street. That's sort of an interesting idea. Okay. I will probably do this then. Oh, it don't like that. Okay. We'll go in right there. And while this is not the most efficient building set that I've ever made, we've now maxed out our cow fields. So we've got cow fields going on. That's going to be for cows. What else is wrong? So what I like about this is that it's got a little thing that tells you what's going wrong. So if you can't figure out what's going on with your logistics supply line, you actually just get a little notification up here in the top right. You click on that and it tells you exactly what is wrong. That's fantastic. That's one of the reasons why the Tropico games are some of my favorite games ever made when it comes to like building and development and management, is because it works. It tells you what you need to do in order to fix things. and that's great. So this right here, I'm wondering if that road right there is the problem. If it's just not happy with that road. What other things are going on here? Oh, we got that right there. We'll try... yep, that was it. The roads don't actually connect properly just yet. This game is in early access, so there's going to be little problems like this. But if you saw right there, that road wasn't actually officially connected to this road until I drag and dropped and redid it. So they're going to be producing something over here at the water siphons. We got trucks going back out, and that's very cool. I like that a lot. Let me drop this off my clicker, and let's see here. So it's producing water. If this water table starts to go down, we'll try to come up with like a differing solution. But for right now, I'm actually pretty happy with the way this is going. I also need to decide where the destinations are going to go. So I'm going to send... Can I not send that there? Oh, good. That means we've just got excess trucks. Fantastic. I like having extra trucks. That'll be good. So our little farms are down here. Inside of our storage, we haven't really produced anything just yet, but I'm assuming once they get the water over here, we'll be in better shape. So there goes our little trucks. They're going to go into the farms, they're going to unload, and I assume it's going to work just like Anno, where if you have the things in storage, it's going to start producing. And so there it is right there. Some of our fields are going to start producing. My suggestion is that we're going to take some trucks, and we want this destination to go to our livestock farm. And just do 2 trucks, because that's a pretty close run. I don't think we're going to need 3. Does each building have its own truck supply? Is that how that works? I don't know if each building has its own truck supply. I think the buildings have their own truck supply, but hey, I just wanted to say truck supply a few more times on camera because it's a fun little phrase to say. Truck supply, truck supply. It's a little bit of a bummer how far they have to go in order to deliver water, but I'm assuming I'm going to put in a bunch of other stuff over here too, and we'll try to make that work. Realistically, I should have ran the road from maybe right here over and down to make that a little bit faster on the logistical supply end. But, you know, I was trying to get into the game, and I was trying to get started, and I was trying to have a good time. So that's an orchard. They're not doing anything. And Aldinghall, their shops want meat. So I'm pretty sure we can send meat here. I'm almost positive. And so I think what we would want to do is, this place is called Aldinghall. As soon as this production gets going, are we producing right here? Let's have a look. So a couple of our fields are absolutely producing at the moment. We've got our cows. They're doing their thing. Over here at the wheat farm, we are producing some wheat. So inside of our storage, I assume that they're taking the storage over to the livestock farm. I would hope. So yeah, there it is. We've got 2 wheat inside of here. As far as production goes, I'm going to assume... there it is right there. And so we've automatically produced that right there. However, I do think we're going to have to optimize this ever so slightly. And if that means taking on a new water source, I think that's what we're going to have to do. I don't really see anything around here is the big problem. I think I built in a very disadvantageous position, and instead I should have built up and in here to make this easier, because water runs... They don't appear to be going amazingly well. We've got 32 water right there. My assumption is that on some level, got a couple of trucks available. Maybe we'll take... So State South, that's not what I'm looking for. Got crop farms, commercial. I was hoping I could just take water because they have wholesalers here in these towns. My hope was that I was going to be able to go to like Hyde, for example. Yeah. Take some water over there. We got extra trucks and we're not doing anything with it anyways. I want to see if this works or if that's going to buy it from them. So let's see if we get some trucks that shoot the gap here and they go on into town to sell water. If they do, I think this is going to work out pretty well. Where are my water trucks at? Uh-oh. Bad things are happening. I don't know why there is a thing that's like want want. It's got an exclamation point. So we've got a building problem. The hub is disabled. No storage space. Oh, you can only hold 50 in there. Okay. That's alright. I don't hate that. Take that over to the crop farm, please. The more trucks you can... Can I buy some more trucks? There we go. So now I got a couple more trucks. I'm going to buy 1 or 2 more. They're going to be a little bit expensive. But take water to the livestock farm. And actually, technically, I could fold this in. And we can just go like that right there. Cool. Now we're full up on water. I think that we're going to have to make up with volumes of trucks rather than worrying about the way we have things going on. So what are you producing over here? Your production should go up very shortly as soon as I have... Yeah, there it is. That's what I like to see. Let's get that wheat all nice and banged out. And then once the wheat is all banged out, we'll take a look at the Livestock Farm. And yeah, Livestock Farm is down here producing. So in storage, we have meat. And so I would say to take this, the meat, and we'll choose the destination. This can go to... It's 91 miles to Aldinghall. Yeah, let's take it 91 miles to Aldinghall. So the destination is unreachable. Yep, that's because the road is messed up over here. There we go. I expected it to auto-connect SimCity style, and it didn't. So let's watch these little trucks, and let's see where they go. I'm pretty sure the world name here. I want to see how much money we're going to make sending, I guess, 6 truckloads of meat off to Aldinghall. And so there goes our final product right there. They're going to go to the farmer's market. Bang, 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 and we make about $4,000, $5,000. It's not a lot of money, but it's something. It's something. We have positive income now. I'm pretty sure storage is just full over here, which is what it's upset about, so I'm not going to stress about that too much. That's okay. That means that it can pump as fast as it wants to pump, and we'll keep it going. Now, this is the end of the line. So as they start to accumulate meat, they should be able to run that perfectly fine where we want it to go. They're going to max out pretty soon. As well as this place. Actually, they're having trouble getting enough water. We just need to send some more water over here. What's our overview looking like? We are still producing, but they're having a lot of trouble getting water over here. Yeah. I think we need more water. Definitely need more water. So those trucks are just going to take things over to this side and get it done. Now, the next thing that I would want to do is let's figure out something that we can do. So we've got milk over here. The next thing that I would do is I would say to take 3 trucks, and we'll take the milk. We'll put that right there, and then we will send this to a commercial location in Hyde, I guess. So there we go. We'll send that to Hyde. I think Hyde is this place up to the north, and they wanted milk, right? Yes, they wanted milk for $750 a bottle. And so if we can start sending milk up to there, that sounds pretty good to me. We don't really have any fruit farms or anything like that, but anything that allows us to get a little bit more cash going is something that I'm okay with. And as you can see right there, the road diverges, our little trucks are taking things to town, and they're getting it done. I'm happy about this. I'm happy about this. The next thing that I want to do is I want to figure out something I can do with those hides. That's the next part that concerns me. So as of right now, we're not making a ton of money. We're selling some product, and we've got things up and flowing, but the truth of the matter is we're spending a lot of money right now, so we're going to want to get on top of that. Our net income is about... Well, we're losing about $25,000 a month. They went up there and they sold milk in that part of town, which is great. How much milk am I producing down here? What are we looking like in storage? They are producing a lot of milk. So what I would do is let's buy 2 more trucks, and those are just going to run milk all day, every day. And those are just going to run meat all day, every day. The run is a little bit long, and that's the part that's got me a tad worried, is that it takes them a while to get into town for a very low profit margin. Like each run... we're maybe making like 10 grand, maybe. It just sort of depends. And so as they get down to Aldinghall, at least we're earning something though. We've got 10 grand coming in right there. I'm not going to let it run for a little while. We've got enough money to set things up. Let's go ahead and pause the game. And I want to figure out what I can do. So we've got orchards that grow fruit. Okay, a couple of orchards might not be a terrible plan. Building roads. Well, that's about as close as it's going to get right there. However, if I put in another road right here, and I put in a bunch of orchards on this side, I think that might work out okay. The other option that we have here is that we have a textile factory. We also have a train terminal, so we can train things out. Okay. I would suggest that maybe we start looking into some of these natural resources, too. We've got a fisherman's pier right there. I don't know if I'm going to mess around with that for right now. And Hyde, what kind of other stuff? So they've got an apple orchard. They just want basic goods, but canned fish will work too. They're wholesaler. We can only sell water for right now. But we might be able to send trucks full of wood over there as well. So let's maybe take an urban road. Nope, that's not what I wanted. We'll connect it on this side just to make it a little bit less confusing. There we go. So that road is connected. And what I would suggest is let's put in a lumberyard. Let's just kind of see what happens with this beast. So I'm going to put it like right there so it's got a little bit of extra space. This is a wood harvesting building, and so it's producing wood. We got to add a harvester in order to make this all work. And it needs to be connected to a road. Okay. So I would just put those right there. And I don't know if this is going to deplete all of the stuff out of the area. But if that's facing the direction I want it to face, what I'll do is something like that right there. And then we'll take an urban road. We'll run that down to there so that it's connected on all fronts, I think. Should be anyways. Yeah, the truck's facing the right way, so I think it should be alright. I think we should be looking golden. I'm a little worried about that right there, but I think it'll work. And so production over here, let's get that resumed. And so yeah, it's producing lumber now. I don't know how good lumber is going to be, but I mean, we've got a wholesaler destination, so we can sell lumber wholesale to both these little towns over here, and it'll probably be alright. I don't know if it's a longer run to go that way or if we want to go around a different way, but we've got plenty of water going on. Is the water table going down? It looks like it's actually going down. Like, it looks like either it's planned that later on the water table will go down, or as of right now, the water table will totally go down. I'm having fun with this, though. Do you guys like this game? I'm having fun with it so far. This is a game you can pick up and play, and while it is complicated, at the same time, it doesn't fall into that potential trap that a lot of games fall into where, you know, it's so hard to play that you just can't seem to figure it out. So we have no commercial areas. There's a state to the south. So 570 tiles to take trucks over there. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know what it's going to earn. And I don't even know where they're going. What do we have going on over here? Is storage full? What happened? Oh, we're lacking storage space over here. And so we need to get better at moving our stuff on out. We've got the wheat right there. So what I would suggest, let's let the wheat pile up for a little bit. And instead, we've got leathers and we've got milks. Let me hire 10 more trucks. And we'll run as much of this stuff out as we can. There we go. Just keep us nice and busy over here. With 10 more trucks, we are spending money. We're not earning right now, but I think we're doing a little bit better. I mean, it could be worse. There goes all of our little trucks right there. They're going to take off. And so with 10 of them going out, 5 at $7.50 a piece, so that's like $4,000. And then 5 at like, I think it was $12.50 a piece down here. That's money. We're making a little bit more money. I'm okay with it. I want to see how much these sell for. $13.50 a piece, so 5 trucks at $13.50. That's going to put us around $7,000, about $11,000 a run. About $11,000 a run between the two sources, although it's not going to be the best that we've ever done. It's something. And I think our production right here is probably going to stall out due to storage limitations. Maybe. We're also going to go through meat pretty fast, and so I'm a tiny bit worried about that. But production is going. This game is called Rise of Industry. If you guys enjoyed it so far, be sure to check out the link down below. I like this game a lot, so I think I'll probably do a second episode just so we can follow up on it and see what things happen further on into the game. But other than that, I'll see y'all later. Hi-do, everybody.